So I think Southern California encompasses all the stories we have.
Table, SoCal.
SoCal long table.
SoCal long table.
Like, what are you guys assigned?
We're assigned the interactive games.
Okay.
So we're looking for bands right now. We're looking for German entertainers right now, currently.
German entertainers? Okay. What's the... Do you mind being on camera? Or do you, okay. Do you have any idea who you got yet?
We have a couple leads, but nothing in stone.
You know, piece by piece, so that way we can tackle it properly and, you know, with ease. So we're still in like a drafting sort of stage, so that way we can compartmentalize and digest what we're dealing with here, as well as like talking about how far
We're coming up, so we have a new addition to our group.
Awesome. Okay. What do you do? What's your name? What do you do?
I'm Tim. I'm trying to book entertainment right now. I have a few friends that are musicians.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Getting people together, asking around. I think they'll be able to whip up jazz combos, something that provides nice background music for the event. You know, being student-ish musicians, semi-professionals, we're hoping to get them at a student-ish rate as opposed to the professional one, awesome. The Disney rate.
So free pizza, right?
Free pizza.
Okay, that's good.
Good. Discounted pizza.
Just Little Caesars pizza, $5 or less.
We're a mix of food and beverage, Michael and myself.
Okay, hello,
And
introduce
the
yourself.
peripherals here, we're social media.
Social media, okay.
And Tim's on food too, but he's over there.
Tim's entertainment right now.
Yes, I'm in entertainment and
entertainment.
foods. I'm a Renaissance man.
What are we eating?
Well, Michael got some quotes from a couple of companies.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
kind of narrowing down how much food we need and what kind of food we're looking for. Mostly we want to keep our food in like an international kind of feeling. You know, like we looked at like chicken satay, beef empanadas.
My name's Polo.
And then Churchill. Hello. And you guys are the poster people, okay.
Right now we're brainstorming what we want on the poster, the descriptions, how we're gonna frame it, and using a template at Turo.
Yeah, it's on Canva, so we're just combining a template with a picture that fits the event.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We're thinking about doing Jenga, Pictionary.
Oh, Jenga, like giant Jenga.
I don't know.
Giant
I'm not sure about
giant Connect 4.
Not sure about well, maybe. I mean, Connect 4. I mean, we can incorporate.
Yeah. What do you have over there?
This stuff works. Some clothespins.
Ooh, that's gonna go over there.
I really want to know the Amazon packer who had to pack 350 clothespins because I bet you they were really curious as to what they were for. They were like, what? Someone's doing a lot of laundry. That one has to be scooted over there because this has to go next to those. Because it's all together.
Oh, so you're doing 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's in
So we're gonna need to
threes.
do, well, we can always do that.
Now photo. Right?
Yeah, you have to make sure that the photo and the narrator, you won't really know if the photo and the narrator are together.
So what did you just do?
We just hauled in all the food and water behind the tree.
Oh, right, over there. Well, that seems like a lot.
Chris is already back to work, you mad woman.
Anything.
Day of the interview, we had 2 weeks to interview them.
Okay.
After we had done all of like the reading in the textbook and like the ethical part of how to interview, how to navigate this relationship.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be the first one there in that case. I just see that the Middle East is not represented.
We got a couple of people from Asia and Cambodia and Eastern Europe with Malta.
Florida.
It was like a waterfall with like little toys, and whenever we would go visit them, I would spend like my entire time just looking at the waterfall.
Hold it down?
Yeah.
That on behalf of myself and my classmates, thank you very much to all of you for being here. We know that it's difficult to attend events if it was on a Saturday, let alone in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, during peak rush hour. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very, very much for being here. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much. What you see before you is close to about a semester's worth of work. The students in our class worked tirelessly coming up with ideas, putting things together, and for that, the fact that you're here means that our work didn't go to waste, and for that we thank you very much. Some of you might wonder why immigration stories, why the discussion for a community history class, and the main reason points back to the fact that although many of us embrace our differences and we appreciate them and we should celebrate them, oftentimes we take the differences and we alienate ourselves. And differences can be from everything from cultural to religious, gender, political. And one thing that we don't really pay attention to is the fact that most of us, or many of us, are descended from immigrants. And right there is where we have that similarity, whether we came from Europe or Asia or Latin America. At one point or another, either your parents or, I don't know, 200 years ago, your great-grandparents chose to come to the US, make that sacrifice to leave, and come to an entirely new place that was probably scary, a land that was foreign. And that's where that similarity is found. We all have that connection that hopefully will begin a conversation. And conversation usually then starts a community. And within that, we get a society and a familial feel that can come from this theme. So thank you once again, and to our narrators, this could not have been possible without you. We are immensely grateful that you were willing to open yourselves up in such a public way.
My parents migrated to the U.S. first. The reason for them leaving Mexico in those days was on account of the revolution there. Villa and Carranza were always fighting.
I was born in Los Angeles, California on April 1926. I was born at home. I was delivered by a physician. My father was a stonesman and a bricklayer by trade. So maybe that's why he could afford to have a doctor deliver us instead of a midwife.
I was born on May 1931 in Tilsit, which was East Prussia at that time, Germany, and my name is Ingrid Schüttgen-Kostlin. My name was really Ruth Ingrid Lisa Lotte Kostlin. I dropped the Lisa Lotte when I became a U.S. citizen, so it's now just Ingrid Ruth, and I married Mr. Schüttgen. So I became Ingrid Ruth Schüttgen. Tilsit is on the Memel River. It's now called Niemen River, so I grew up on a river, which was very nice.
I was born in Frankfurt, Germany on November 1934, so I don't have too much recollection of Germany at all, because when I left, I was 4 years old. I left on a Kindertransport, which is a group of children going on their own, leaving Germany. I mean, that was the intent, just to get them to a safe place. We went to Brussels, Belgium.
We said, why? And she said, they're Jewish, so that was all. These little things stuck in my mind because it was a really impressionable age. They stuck with me.
Now what happened was, which is really quite a story, because my parents tried very hard to come to the United States. There were families trying to sponsor us, to say that they would make sure that we would not become a burden to the government, but I don't know that that was necessary. I guess their financial situation wasn't good enough, so that was kind of a no. Luckily, I had a cousin who was like 18 years older than myself. She was my cousin, a blood relative, and through some pure luck got attached to a group of young couples immigrating from the Dominican Republic. The dictator at the time was looking for European people to come to his country. He'd opened up immigration to as many as 100,000 people. We left on November 7th, 1941, and arrived in the Dominican Republic December 7th, 1941, the day of Pearl Harbor. So that's kind of a quick summation of my childhood. I mean, by the time I was 7 years old, I was on my third language. I had learned German, French, and now I had to learn Spanish.
We were living in Chihuahua, and a bunch of fellows and my parents over there got together, and they got some funds, and they traveled to Phoenix, Arizona by truck. They were supposed to be back in Mexico in 6 months, but they never made it back. I was around 7 years old. I had two brothers beside me, Frank and Leon. Then they stayed over there in Phoenix for about 5.5 months. After that, they came over to Orange County in 1919, and we started living here. How did I get here from Mexico to the United States? From there to over here? I don't know.